once upon a time, there lived a small child, and that child was told that their dreams weren't realistic, they wouldn't be able to amount to anything, and that they should just play it safe. And that child grew up to be an internet troll. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Tea, Theater, and Tarot. I'm hoping to be able to do this periodically, whenever I can. Just have a little chance to sit down, drink some tea with you, talk about theater, and read some cards. The tea that I'm drinking today is one of my absolute favorites. We're coming off of a full moon cycle, so this is called Dreamweaver, and it's a really fantastic tea if, like me, you've been trying to train yourself for lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is something that I've been working on probably for 3 or 4 years, and I have very slowly made progress. I was able to lucid dream twice, and if you've never tried it or you've never worked at it, it's a really fantastic experience, and it is exhilarating to be inside your dream and then all of a sudden you're conscious and you know you're dreaming. And I can't remember the name of the woman who makes it, but I will definitely look that up, and I will link it below in the description so that you can check her out, go to her Instagram, or see if her Etsy is back online. So the topic that I wanted to talk about today is how to deal with naysayers. And I first want to clarify that when I say naysayers, I don't mean bullies. If someone is bullying you or making you feel any less than worthy or important, that is not okay, and that is 100% not tolerable. What I mean when I say dealing with a naysayer in your life, if you work in theater or you work in the arts, is someone who generally means well, but maybe says the wrong things to try and protect you. As arts workers, we have had to deal with friends, family members, people who truly have our best interests at heart because they don't want us to get hurt and they don't want us to fail, even though failure is a part of life. So maybe they'll try and talk you out of your job or your career or your passions and say things like, theater is really, really competitive. Are you sure that this is what you want to do? Things like that. So I really only have one piece of advice when it comes to naysayers, and this is applicable to pretty much any career, not just theater or the arts, but as people in the arts, we consistently and continually deal with people in our lives who mean well, but may try and talk us out of things a lot more. So that's why I'm using this topic today. And that advice is that you have to define clearly and measurably what success means to you. Because success and failure mean different things to different people. And for many people outside the arts, success means something completely different when you say that you want to work in theater than it might for you. So I'll give you an example. Most people, if you have never worked in theater or never known just how many different career paths there are in theater, think that if you say you're going to work in theater, they mean that you mean Broadway. And there's nothing wrong with working on Broadway. If that is your goal, if that is your value of success, you should 100% go for it and do it. But then you know that is what you are working towards. And only you are capable of knowing what needs to be done in your career path to get where you need to be. No one else. No one else can make those decisions for you. And at the end of the day, that is what is most important to remember. I work primarily in the Midwest. I have specific theaters that have been my dream goals that I have worked towards getting hired at, and that was my level of success that I was working towards. So when I would go to different events or family gatherings or parties, and I would mention that I work in theater, if anyone told me that theater was really hard, which I already know, in my head, I was able to think they don't quite understand what I am working towards, and that's okay. But if you haven't preset that out and you don't know that that's what you're working for, you're going to end up second guessing yourself after every conversation with someone who means well. Now that I have spoken, we're going to see what the cards have to say about this. So the deck that I am working out of today is the Kasey Musgraves Tarot deck, which I was recently gifted, and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm going to ask the cards, what card would be helpful in dealing with naysayers? The card that I have pulled is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is commonly referred to as the Cheers card. It was an upright pull, and it symbolizes community, friendship, creativity, laughter, joy, and coming together with like-minded people. This is just so telling and so important. And it's just a great reminder. Remind yourself of the last time you were in a show. Remind yourself of the joy that you felt when you celebrated an opening night with people. When dealing with naysayers, it is important to remind yourself of the joy and success you feel from a group effort. That group effort fills you with fulfillment and encouragement, and you can draw from that when you are handling people that don't come from the same background. And I think that that's really important. So that was my first episode of Tea, Theater, and Tarot. I hope that you found joy and inspiration from watching and that it was helpful. If you have any suggestions on topics that you want me to cover or tarot decks that you love that you would love for me to check out, definitely share those with me in the comments. If you're watching this on IGTV, feel free to give this a share. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.